excited to invite Andrew as our next comedian. So big up for Andrew!
Again, make some noise for your organisers for putting this amazing fundraiser on. So yeah, I'll start by telling you a bit about myself. So I find it really difficult to have phone sex. But maybe I just haven't found a phone with big enough holes yet. However, the new iPhone is pretty sexy, am I right? Not everyone high fives that, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was the cool five. So some of you may recognize me.
I do.
Because I have friends in the audience. Also, I was on a TV show a few years ago on Channel 4 called Naked Attraction. Season 1, Episode 5. I don't know if you're recording or if you're going on 4OD on your phone. It's still on there. If you do happen to watch it, I came second, like I normally do. Yeah, she picked the other guy. She said that she preferred his penis, and it's not like she said that to me. She just said that live on national TV. Yeah, if you've not seen Naked Attraction, and you're obviously not my parents. So it's a really unconventional dating show. So basically all the contestants are naked and they're revealed section by section, but not from the head down, but from the genitals up. It's by far the best way to be revealed on TV for the first time to all your friends and family. It was good exposure. Yeah, I've never sent a dick pic before. True story. But now if anybody asks, I can send them a link to a high definition dick video. Amazing production value. So I'm single. That's not the funny part. I appreciate it. I come to these things for self-esteem. This is good. So yeah, the main dating app I'm on is Bumble. If you don't know what Bumble is, it's a dating app where girls message first. I got a message from a girl on Bumble 2 weeks ago, which said, "Hey, I'm looking for someone who is rich, good looking, and regularly takes me to expensive places and buys me expensive things." I replied, "Me too." Maybe if we work together, we can help find that person. I don't really say that I'm single, though. I much prefer the term, like, in a relationship with myself. And I'm confident it's a long-term relationship. I can take myself out to dinner, have my way with myself, especially since I paid for the dinner. I mean, we already live together. I've met my parents. It's getting serious. It's probably my silliest joke. What else can I tell you? I'm in therapy. Not the funny part. Yeah, I'm in therapy. Maybe more so. I think that more people should go to therapy. Because I get a discount if I go in a group. What else can I tell you? I'm really pale. Like, I'm so pale that often when I walk around my flat, people think that I'm haunting it. I was gonna tell you, I'm in my 30s now. A lot of comedians in their 30s will often do jokes about how the people that they grew up with, a lot of people that I grew up with are having kids now. But I come from a housing estate in Newcastle. So a lot of the people that I grew up with Their kids are finishing high school now. Some are having their own kids. They love that joke in Sunderland. Yeah, I'm getting old now. Like, soon I'll be going to the doctors to get my prostate checked. Mainly because I'm lonely. Right? My prostate is probably fine. Yeah, I like that joke too. I love writing jokes. Like, I could write jokes all day. Because I'm on universal credit. I have a lot of time. No, I'm just joking. So outside of doing I don't want to stop you laughing. I have 10 minutes. Outside of doing comedy, I usually work like part-time in a bar. So I'm usually the one that like fills up the fridges and brings out the stock from downstairs to upstairs. Mainly because my boss knows that I do stand-up comedy. So they know that I'm pretty good at lifting up the spirits, am I right? This is a long front row, so how's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good. I recently got invited to an orgy. Yeah. They needed bartenders. Yeah, I think we live in a really poor but optimistic time. Like, every day there's always more people asking for change. Social and financial. Like I'm so poor that I know that there's at least 11 different flavors of pot noodle. If you're not laughing, you're learning. Like, I'm so poor that I'm currently being sponsored by a family from South Sudan. I had to Google what the poorest country in the world was for that show. I think that you can, I'm not very successful. I think that you can tell that by looking at me, that I haven't paid off my student loans yet. I was 19 with only one pair of shoes when I first got my student loan. And my first student loan was for over £10,000. I couldn't even get that now with a comprehensive business plan and a significantly improved credit score. Shortly after my first student loan, I started to regularly do stand-up comedy and wanted to pursue that as a career path. So they were never ever getting that money back. Just a terrible idea from the university. But yeah, I'm generally against capitalism, not just because I'm poor, but I'm also trying to impress a communist girl that I like. Yeah, she's really into quotes about Dostoevsky and about life and suffering. I don't know, that was Dostoevsky fan. She's not the girl. And like how suffering is guaranteed for a species with a large intelligence and a big heart. And there's nothing that'll get you close to understanding profound suffering than dating a stand-up comedian. Like, I think that's why like a lot of people kind of nowadays are like trying to support their income with like OnlyFans. Please come see me after the show for details. The first 5 people get 30% off their first month. So I'll tell you a bit more about myself. So I'm neurodivergent, which means I think in a different way compared to the majority of people. So I used to kind of ask audiences to shout out what kind of neurodiversity that they thought that I had. I'm not doing that again. That was not fun for me. As I'll just tell you guys, so I'm autistic. No applause? Okay, I got applause in my last gig. I think that's why I feel so comfortable doing stand-up, because I get to talk at length about my specialist subject, myself. Like, I'm vaccinated, I'm already autistic, so I thought, yeah, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like, the worst that can happen has happened. Yeah, being autistic, it's really common to be bad at communication. And I was terrible at communication, like, especially growing up. Like, when I was a kid, any time that somebody farted, I said, bless you. Yeah, it's really difficult living with autism, according to my housemates, parents, anyone that's lived with me. But there are some benefits to being autistic. You tend to be really good at eating pussy. Like, you're generally quite goal-orientated, and you have a strong desire to finish a task. Like, I finished everything I ever started. Yes, I am single. It's the one thing they don't show you on Love on the Spectrum. But yeah, I've only recently kind of started talking about being autistic on stage the past few months, and it doesn't always go exactly how I think it's going to go. I did a gig last week where someone from the back of the room shouted out, "You don't look autistic." In their defense, I wasn't playing with a Rubik's Cube or Legos behind my back. And then someone from the front row shouted out, "No, he definitely looks autistic, bro." Not my favourite bit of crowd work, but I appreciate my dad for getting involved. It's nice being here in Leeds. When I first came here, I first came for university, and I came like a few weeks before uni. I lived in a hostel in the Leeds city centre. If you haven't lived in a hostel before, it's quite a weird concept. So basically, like you sleep in a room with a bunch of strangers, a lot of which who are leaving the country next day, with your iPad. Long story short, I'm selling iPads. Anyone's interested, good price. But yeah, another thing about living in a hostel is that you don't need porn to see two strangers having sex. Yeah, on the third night at the hostel, there was a guy and girl having sex in the bunk bed across from me, and there was a guy in the room masturbating to it. I'm not proud of it. Just happened. Yeah, but like sex isn't something to be embarrassed about. Who here comments on porn videos? I got 3 minutes left. Isn't there? Just me? Okay, fair enough. When I first started doing sex to the girls, it was a lot like the first time I'd performed at a gig. Like, I was nervous. I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I had to wait for the other guys there to finish. It's a gangbang. Yeah. So I think that is kind of like pretty much my time. But I want to say quickly, if anyone here wants to follow me after this gig, it's at Andrew Tubman 2 on OnlyFans, Bumble, and Screwfix. Round of applause for your host and MC, everyone.